Okay, a little video on my Graflex. It's pretty much done. Just waiting. Got to put a strip of tape on here for Mylar tape. This is Graflex in the Empire Strikes Back configuration. So there we see our red buttons. This is the 2.5 kit from Corvant, their custom saber shop. Because I did this in Empire Strikes Back config, ignition switch is another clamp card. I have an auxiliary switch here. This is a Prism version 5.1 board. But to add the ability to mimic the Force Awakens, this is an active button as well. So this is an ignition button in addition to the top of the clamp card. This is a NeoPixel blade with 258 LEDs in the blade. Within the blade is the strip is inside a foam, which is then inside of a diffusion tube. Excuse me, and that does get a little bit tight with a 7/8 blade, but got that worked out pretty nicely. Custom saber shop connections, they did a great job on these connectors. The tip, I actually have no disc in the tip so that I'll get light into the end of the tip some, and actually pretty well. And I've actually added with a little bit of length in there an additional pixel that will kind of brighten up the tip but also eliminate any dead band here. And I also shaved down the tip so that inside it wouldn't have as much dead space there. Really pleased with the blade. Here is your Force Awakens version of the retention screw on the front. It's not technically a retention screw in the movie, but this is right here, the one we use for Empire. The blade plug actually has, because the LEDs are not down in the hilt, so you have to have LEDs in the blade, so I actually have 5 pixels soldered into the blade plug, and that will mimic, of course, the blade itself. And I need a little help with this the camera work here, so I'm going to have to pause for a moment to show a couple of other things. So what I've done is removed the bottom half of the Graflex, which is threaded, and before I remove the bottom half, and I'll have to show another video where somebody's driving the video, I open up the clamp and then loosen it one full revolution, 360 degree. That gives me nice space, and then you'll see down inside, get that to focus in a little bit, I have a crystal chamber and a crystal, and that is also lit up by a NeoPixel. And the benefit of that is that whatever is happening on the blade will be reflected in the crystal. So if you're running a red blade, you'll have a red crystal. Blue blade, blue crystal. If the blade is in clash, the crystal will be in clash. So it's going to mimic everything going on with the blade, which I think is a nice touch. 3D printed chassis from Goth 3D. There's our card, our control board with the card right on the tip. And then this is, and it's been painted, my kill key, which I can just rotate to turn the saber on, but also you can pull that out, and that is your recharge port for the saber. The battery up on top of the hilt is an 18650 3.7 volt lithium ion, but I got that one from KR Sabers. It's actually 3500 milliamp hours, quite large capacity, and capable of 15 amp discharge. Additionally, to help with any blade startup issues in the blade itself, down here is a capacitor across my voltage terminals, which is giving me 470 microfarad, give me a little bit of a boost on startup. So that seems to be working pretty well. So with that, I think I'm in deep sleep mode. I don't think the saber's dead. I'll go ahead and, yeah, it is not. So I don't know what color I'm running. I can't remember. Apparently yellow. So you'll see there's my blade plug is at a yellow. And the crystal is also at a yellow. And you can see I can deactivate here. Now I'm going to switch the font here. This is the Bespin font. Madcal Rob made this font. Absolutely love the Bespin font. An original trilogy kind of guy, but the Bespin sound font just takes you right back to The Empire Strikes Back. He really did a nice job of capturing that. And there you can see I've got the blade, the blue, mixed in just a little bit of green so that it mimics that Empire Strikes Back color. There you can see a clash. So because every LED is a red, green, blue, we can make any color we want. The Prism, I've set up 4 sound fonts. The 3 that came with the board, which is light meat, dark meat, and gray meat. I love the gray meat. And then I've added the Bespin font. If you would want to add a font, that's no problem. Just have to buy it on saberfont.com, or I can buy it and install it, which is probably the best way to do it. It can handle 6 different sound fonts, so you may only want to run 2 or 3, or you may want to run all 6. However, it's getting its colors from the 16 color selection. So I've pre-configured 16 colors, and you can actually run through those on the fly. So I'll go ahead and demonstrate that here in a moment as well. And I'll swap the blade plug out. So here's your blade retention screw. I'll do that one-handed, and then a little bit of bunny ear action, and blade plug comes out. So it is a Graflex style blade plug, and I have, like I said, 5 LEDs sort of wrapped around each other. No capacitor in this guy. There's not enough need for that with that little current draw. And again, the custom Saber Shop connectors. You can see down inside the connectors, they're just really well done. Those are push pin style connectors, so you don't have to worry about orientation of the blade when you insert the blade. I'm going to have to pause again to put my blade in. I haven't quite finished the blade here, or the bottom half. Finished the blade. I'm just going to show when you're rotating this in, get to this point where it stops, and then I can rotate to this next grip and line it up perfectly with the clamp card.